Hey everybody, it's your boy Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the great Cinema Draft and Draft Stream Games and CD3D Token Project. Welcome to AMA Wednesdays. We are back, and this is going to be an action-packed video session for you. We have a lot to get through, so we might have a shorter question and answer period. So without further ado, let's get into some of our regular stuff. And by the way, if you haven't been there in a while, well, actually nothing really has changed. cinemadraft.co is our company homepage. There's a link to the CD3D app page, which is still under construction in the background. And also make sure you visit our store, get you some merch, because this rocket ship is ready to take off. All right, so the preliminaries, of course, the price. All right. Right now, do a refresh. Okay, so just under 2.8 cents with TokePi doing most of the damage. And yeah, so, once again, it is somewhat tied to the action with BNB. BNB has been up and down, mostly up. BNB these days is around, 400? Yep, 402.73, not bad. But you know what? Soon, gone will be the days that we're just scouting out BNB because we'll be setting our own value through utility. Under frequently asked questions, I think did we have some movements under lock and burn this week? Actually, we did not, but we do have something coming up. The next proof of lock that we'll be releasing is the next quarterly installment of team tokens that I believe will be 500,000 tokens going to the team. And as I think I mentioned in an earlier video, we're really not even using them, to be honest with you. There are maybe a couple of team members who are getting them, but the rest are just kind of sitting on as incentives for future team members and for further disbursements. So if you see 500,000 tokens moving along the blockchain in the next week and a half, that's just what this is. And speaking of, I'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So that's the proof of burn and lock. What else do we normally cover? Let's see. We did the Hall of Fame last week. You know what? All right, so I'll just jump into it. So we have an exciting announcement here. We have an agreement in principle, and I think I'm okay in announcing this, especially since this thing is going live on Friday. But we are proud to announce that we are going to be in the next cohort of Unifarm, the Unifarm BSC cohort. What is Unifarm, you may ask? Besides one farm to rule them all, catchy tagline. So the concept is they take a group or a cohort of similar blockchain tokens. So our cohort is going to all be BEP20 tokens, right? So Binance Smart Chain compatible tokens. And we're going to stake together on the platform at the same time. 180-day staking program. And basically anyone who stakes with Unifarm for CD3D, basically the way it works is that, say, the first week, your staking rewards are all in CD3D. The second week, your staking rewards are in CD3D plus token number 2. Third week, CD3D token number 2 plus token number 3, et cetera, et cetera. And it just kind of keeps compounding on each other that way. And it's really cool because, one, we are we are providing roughly 2 million tokens to stake on the Unifarm platform. So if you do the math, 2 million divided by 180 days is about 11,000 tokens per day. Now, mind you, this is actually less than we were giving out last time, but still a substantial amount for those of you who are about that hashtag stake life. And two, because we'll be part of the big Unifarm family, we'll be exposed to a lot of their co-marketing endeavors. And you can see here, these are some of the previous cohorts that they've helped launch. And three, their strength in numbers. Not only will traditional CD3D holders be getting exposure to more staking rewards in CD3D, but you'll also be getting staking rewards in other tokens that may have as much, more, or less potential than CD3D, just for staking your CD3D. So you're getting free tokens in other projects that may or may not be, a 100x hitter for no additional cost. It's kind of awesome. Also, there's not another... there's no real minimum deposit. You can deposit as much or as little as you want, but keep in mind, once you deposit into the staking program, it must stay there through the 180 days. So if you stake on day one, it's going to stay there the entire 6 months. If you stake on day 30, then it has 150 days to go. But it's a set platform between for a 6 month period, and anytime within that 6 month period you join with your staking portion, it must stay throughout the remainder of the staking program. They have a minimum guaranteed APY of 36%, and it honestly depends on how many people are who are staking, your token. But I've seen some examples that's gone up to over 2,000 APY. So it can get, and you know how it gets crazy around here with our tokens. I mean, it gets, we've I think we've averaged about 1,000% APY for people who staked on our Dodo staking. So I advise. I advise that people would at least try putting some of your tokens into this program, because even though it'll be locked in for 6 months, just the strength in numbers is going to be incredible. So let's take and they have a pretty cool roadmap. These guys are real professionals. I had a co-marketing meeting with them yesterday. They've got their stuff together. They've got a lot of really cool, innovative ideas on how to co-market CD3D with their other tokens. So I'm very excited about that. And also, I know how you guys have missed staking. I've missed staking too. To an extent, we will be sending Melrob through her paces. We'll put Melrob in on day one on staking over there on Unifarm. Probably not the whole thing, but we'll put a good portion over there and see how it works. But they showed some test cases, some case studies where they've had tokens through partially through the power of whatever the token project was doing, as well as through the power of their program and their marketing. We're joining a platform that has over 100 million total staked and 10,000 plus users. Oh, and 100 partners. So they're not new to this. There are a lot of people who are on this platform. So once again, strength in numbers, more exposure, and also takes out that much more tokens from being sold in the market. And so that should also bump up the price. But they showed a couple of case studies of examples of tokens that went from 6.5 cents to $3.03 in 6 months. And another one that went from 20 cents to $3.03 also in 6 months. So look, we're already heading towards $1, $2 once we launch the draft stream and CD3D DEX. But I'm very excited that we'll get an added boost by being part of the Unifarm platform. And just launching the app, you can take a look at their legacy interface and just some of the farms they have already out there, like 250% APY, 160%, 34, 140, 96, 111. This is like the Iron Bank of crypto right here. Now, yes, it's because there's more exposure. We probably won't get the 1,000+ APY we were used to getting over at Dodo, but for a long-term savings plan, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, especially while we have other things afoot. So definitely check out Unifarm. See how you like it. We'll have more details coming. Our cohort is scheduled to launch on Friday. this Friday the 25th. So it's a couple days. So we'll be getting stuff together. We'll be announcing once we have all the paperwork together. We'll be announcing it through Medium as well as through our newsletter. We'll probably hold the newsletter till about Thursday, maybe if we have to, in order to announce through the newsletter that we are staking. So look alive. If you aren't subscribed to our Medium, please do so. I think you can. Well, I'm looking at it from the other side. There's ways to subscribe to receive emails every time we post. I'd highly advise you do that. Also, stay tuned to our social media because we'll be covering it there as well. CD3D app. All right. Okay, so that is business number one out of the way. Now, the other thing that I'm very excited to share with you all, and well, actually, you know what? One other thing before I get on to that other piece of business, I wanted to also do a quick draft stream roundup. This past week, we had internal testing, everything from Deep Water, that erotic thriller from Adrian Lin. I never know how to say his name. The guy who gave us Unfaithful and Fatal Attraction back in the 90s, and his last movie was Unfaithful in 2002. Took 20 years off, came back to talk about ethical non-monogamy and Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas, the movie they met and fell in love and then had an affair, and then, well, I mean, they had a relationship, I guess, not affair, and during COVID, then broke up. But anyways, very interesting film. I enjoyed it. Apparently, everyone else did not. So these are the scores we had from this week. Pretty interesting range. The high point of the week was the season 2 of Top Boy. Top Boy came true. Run them things for them, Top Boy. The London Gangster Show is back. I'm actually, I want to say 3 episodes into season 2. I'm enjoying it. Love the accents. Love the intrigue. So definitely take a look at that. We Crashed. I've also enjoyed. Draft Mom had a kick out of it as well. The first 3 episodes were put up on Apple TV Plus over, I think, late Wednesday night. That also did a respectable 95.70. Don't forget, the default score is 69.5, and a perfect score would be 130, so it's not bad. Also, Young Rock, surprisingly, 103. I had no idea it was so beloved among the critics. Looks like Rotten Tomatoes is a 90% score, and I like it. It's a nice, diverting sitcom, one camera comedy, really, that slightly fictionalizes, Dwayne Johnson's unusual childhood growing up in a wrestling family, and then Human Resource, an animated series, Netflix. It's new, a lot of acclaim. A lot of people seem to like it as well. So check that out. I also watched DMZ, which is a 4-part miniseries starring Rosario Dawson, directed by Ava DuVernay in at least 2 of the episodes. She's an executive producer, kind of like a dystopian future where the U.S. breaks down into, like, I guess, the second Civil War, and the Isle of Manhattan is like a demilitarized zone, which is stuck between the Free States of America on one side and then the United States of America on the other side. It's kind of interesting. No one really kind of covered it, which is sad. And Minx was excellent. I really enjoyed those first 2 episodes HBO Max dropped. It's a half-hour workplace comedy about a fledgling male porn magazine in the 70s. A lot of fun. Master, I just finished, I think, earlier today. It's a social thriller where racism is the boogeyman, set in academia. So I think we talked over with Aisha last week. That was fun. I won't say fun. It was entertaining, let's put it that way. And I just started Life and... Wow, I watch a lot of TV, y'all. I just started Life and Beth today. I watched the first 3 episodes. Amy Schumer kind of dramedy. And it's interesting. I'm into it. So that got 89.45. So those are the ones I've watched and somewhat recommend from last week. This week's talent pool... And I think we're getting close to a community... You know what? I say that every week. I'm going to shut up about that. We're getting close. But basically, this week, what we're testing... hopefully externally as well as internally, season 3 of Atlanta comes back. Well, I guess for me tonight, late tonight. Actually, I can take it back. It's on Thursdays, isn't it? Or is it Wednesday? I think I have that date wrong. Hold on, let me double check that real quick. Metacritic. I thought it felt like a Wednesday show. Maybe it's coming back on. Yeah, no, it's coming back on Thursday. Okay, damn. Gotta wait another day. All right, so that's coming back on Thursday. It's been, 3 years since we've seen these dudes? So, they better have some stories for us. Bloods, Season 2. I don't know much about that. It's a British comedy. Bridgerton. People are really fanboying and fangirling over Bridgerton's return. I think Simone Ashley might be one of those beautiful women on earth. So, yes, more of her, please. Thank you. And British accents. I'm into it. Let's do it. I enjoyed the first season, so bring on season 2. No, how do you say his name? Reggae Jean. Oh, man, I can never say his name. Reggae Jean Pierre, or whatever. The light-skinned heartthrob who was the male lead last time. He is not in the second Bridgerton book, so he's not in the second Bridgerton season. So, oh well. Halo comes out on Thursday as well, starring Pablo Schreiber, or at least we think so. He'll be behind the big helmet as Master Chief. And Pachinko is getting a lot of early buzz as like a prestige drama. At least subtitle looks like, but a generational prestige drama set in Korea, Japan, and America. So I will definitely be checking that out. And Starstruck, Season 2. I enjoyed Starstruck. Another one of these Brit-ficient 6-episode comedies. This one is about kind of like an ordinary New Zealander living in London who has like an affair with a high-profile, movie star, and I guess they fall for each other. So I don't know. It's sweet and it's endearing, and once again, killer accents. Okay, so that is your DraftStream beta test update. Now, the real thing I want to announce today, and let me see if I have even more to add to it. No, all right, so we're just going to announce this for now. So, the thing I'm very excited about, and let me refresh my screen. We are having a grand opening sale. Yes, the end is near. CD3D decks will be opening next week. Woo! Yes, finally. Yes, we're kicking it off with a grand opening sale, and you know how we do our sales, y'all. Batch auction style. If you're not familiar with the batch auction, I will run back for you the video that honestly is on our CD3D homepage. This one right here, the explainer video. Actually, share that. Copy link. I'll put it in chat. It's so batch auction is basically like a Dutch auction, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the Dutch auction, let's do the CD3D news. There we go. Dutch auction is basically where you have a set period of time to bid on all of an asset. In this case, are CD3D tokens. We're putting 8 million up for sale. Right now, the tentative minimum bid is going to be about 3 cents. But for those who buy 1,000 CD3D or more, so basically people who buy, $30 or more of CD3D will get a 30% bonus. So that effectively lowers your cost from 3 cents down to 2.1 cents, which is actually cheaper than TokePi right now. So, and also the minimum buy is $10 in BUSD. So you might as well just go for the 1,000 CD3 to get those bonus CD3D. So the cool thing is we're giving away 30% bonus for everyone who buys 1,000 CD3D or more. And if all 8 million CD3D are sold, we'll add another 10% bonus on top of that. So up to a 40% bonus if we sell all 8 million CD3D. And so, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. So the way the batch auction works is you have a set amount of time. So in our case, we're going to have a 12-hour period from 10 a.m. UTC. So essentially 3 a.m. my time, or right after I end the AMA Wednesday next week, and for 12 hours, so we can hit pretty much most of the waking time zones across the globe. We are an international company, an international token. It'll be a 12-hour bidding period. You bid what you feel like the token is worth. If you want to make sure you get your tokens, and in the case of if we have more than 8 million that are bidded for, then we arrange it from the highest bid then to the lowest bid. So, for example, if someone bids, let's say, just hypothetical, because I think our max is 15,000 BUSD per buyer. But let's say hypothetically someone bids for 7 million C3D at 3 cents, and someone bids at 4 cents for 7 million C3D. Well, the 4 cent bidder will get his 7 million C3D filled, and then the 3 cent bidder will only get 1 million of his 7 million CD3D bid filled, and the rest of the money returned to him, because in a Dutch auction or a batch auction, the bids are arranged highest bid down to the lowest bid per token until all the tokens are sold. So I'm very excited about this. We also are kicking off our promotion with a bounty campaign. I think it's a Facebook, Twitter, and Bitcoin Talk signature campaign. I'll have details about that shortly as well. That should kick off, I guess, in a few hours as well. And we will also announce a couple AMAs we're trying to get set up in advance of all this. We are also looking forward to bringing back our girl, the first lady of CD3D, Cynthia Jabert, her TikTok. Actually, let's see what she's doing up there on TikTok. It's been a minute since we've seen Cynthia. I think she might be over 200,000. I think she might be over 200,000 followers by now. Let's see, Cynthia, and she's the one who did a cool video for us last time. Yeah, there she is. She did this video for us last time. Whoa. Okay. Oh, pause that. And so we're gonna make sure she does another video for us to get the word out. Okay, there we go. So she's still at 173,000 followers, doing her thing. Promoting those decentralized tokens. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Keep your name in the streets with her cute self, their little dancing self. Lebanon's finest. Whoa. There we go. Sorry, guys. I need a new computer. Another reason why we're having this sale. We got stuff we need to take care of. So depending on how much we sell, we're looking to provide 25% possibly in liquidity, depending on how much we sell. So if we sell out, if all 8 million are sold, and let's say, if all 8 million are sold, then we're looking to provide about 25% of that in liquidity. So we should have at least $50,000 or more in liquidity on CD3D DEX. So that'll be a good way to kick it off. We may not have all the features ready for CD3D DEX, like the Launchpad may not be ready quite in time, but we will have swapping, we will have liquidity, and we will have farming available, and we might even have staking. So check us out. We are kicking it off. So next Wednesday, after AMA Wednesday, 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated, 3:30:22. We are kicking off a 12-hour, 8 million CD3D token sale, batch auction style. We will be providing more information, more coverage, wall-to-wall promotion about this from now until then. We need to move all these tokens, y'all. And we're giving away 30 to 40% more in addition. Help us move these tokens. We still have 18 million ICO tokens left. Let's get rid of 11 million in one day. Let's get some fresh liquidity into the system. Let's get liquidity onto our site. Let's also have staking both on CD3D DEX and on Unifarm. Let's get this kicked off proper. All right. So I know we hit you with a lot. A lot has been going on behind the scenes. Just because you don't see a lot up front doesn't mean we're not working hard. but we're very excited to bring all these new features to you. And so with that, I'm going to open up the floor for your questions.
Happy Wednesday.
There she is. Miss Aisha, how are you?
I am all right. Actually, I'm doing pretty good. It was a special day for me yesterday. Well, it's still Tuesday for me.
Oh, was there your birthday or something? What happened?
I got lots of lovely calls, and I hurt my ankle last week.
Oh.
And, yeah, but I did what I needed to do, and the ankle's healing up just fine.
Okay, well, speedy recovery. So
yeah.
what do you think about the latest news?
I have questions. I have questions. Okay.
Please, yes, let's clarify.
We're going to start with the staking
Unifarm?
cohort.
Yes, Unifarm. Talk to me.
Yes, Unifarm. So my question about the staking cohort is, okay, so it's 180-day staking period. Are there fees and penalties should one decide that he or she wants to unstake early?
Well, that's just it. I don't think you're allowed to. I don't think you can unstake early. So whatever it is you want to lock up, make sure you just lock it up. But once again, the benefit of that is as you go along, not only are we most likely, we're going to do our own thing anyways to bump up the token price, especially once we have the game running. Once again, we're very close, and C3 Dex launching next week. Woo!
I will be tweeting.
Yeah, we will be creating our own value, but the beauty of this is that we'll be able to create value. There's strength in numbers. We'll be able to create value with our cohort, with the other, 100,000, 10,000 users on this platform, and 100 million in value locked up in here. They've got a lot of very intriguing marketing and co-marketing activities that I'll definitely be letting the community know about. So, I think it'll be worth it. I'm definitely going to have some interest over there. We're gonna put Mel Rob. We're gonna put maybe half for tokens over there, see how it rolls, and then maybe say the other half for the staking opportunities on CD3D Dex as well.
I was wondering how you were going to do that, and if you had any guidance on that for us. Us stakeaholics. I should not use the aholic term. Us people that love staking.
Yeah, we're gonna because we have about 1.6, 1.7 million in our liquidity account so far to use for staking. So or for actually really just for liquidity. So we use that how we see fit. We'll use some of that to use the liquidity that we raise from this next sale, but also we'll use a lot of that for staking. Hell, maybe we'll blow like $1 million on staking for a 30 to 90 day period. Actually, what would that be? Actually, $1 million over 90 days would be like 30,000 a day. Oh, actually, that's only 11,000 a day. Well, maybe $1 million over 60 days. Maybe about 20,000 a day, something like that. But we're gonna do something real special for you people who love the stake. Let's put it that way.
I accept. Thank you. Y'all heard that right. Okay, so now, will in the staking cohort, will the contract remain the same? You know how whenever our tokens shift wallets or contracts, there's that 10%, the 10% fee that gets divided up between the different.
Oh yeah, for the protocol. So so depositing, I don't believe there will be a fee, but when you withdraw, there will be a fee.
Okay.
But after 6 months, will you really care? All that staking. If we are doing about maybe 2 million, it will probably break down about maybe 11,000 tokens per day. So depending on how many people rush in there, like this is like the bare minimum you'll be able to make is 36%. And you see a lot of these guys have 140, 250%. It just depends on how much people hear about this and flock to it. And then also they'll have competition too. They'll have they'll be competing with our own staking platform on CD3D Dex too. So it probably would behoove us to try both. And then also, in addition to getting additional CD3D on this platform, you're also for free, gaining all these other tokens in our cohort. And then, to be honest with you, I haven't quite researched the other tokens in our cohort. I think there are 3 or 4 other ones, but I'm excited to see what those projects are, to do a little bit of research, a little bit of DYOR of my own into them as well.
So, I know you said that the staking rewards, in terms of the token, that will change, like maybe from week to week, or, well, periodically, I should say.
Well, one thing you're always guaranteed to get every week is CD3D staking rewards. If you stake in CD3D, you're always guaranteed to get CD3D rewards every week. It's just with each additional week, they add on a new token to the mix, and you add that to your bundle, and keep staking like that. So you're getting basically 4 for the price of 1. 4 staking tokens for the price of 1. And yeah, CD3D is the one that we care the most about right now, but maybe we stumble onto like a really hot project that really, blows out the box. And guess what? You have 6 months of staked tokens at minimum 36% APY that you got for free just for staking your CD3D.
I'm on board.
Hey, free is my fee. A little 5-finger discount.
Oh, let me tell you, my middle name is for free. FAFREE, for free.
For free. All right.
Pound sign.
What's your next question? What you got?
My next question is, it had to do with staking on the DEX. So
okay.
will you have you said we may or may not have staking. DEX will be ready to go. Friday?
No. I'm saying the Unifarm. The Unifarm cohort is supposed to be launching on Friday.
Okay, DEX is.
Our DEX will be launching with the coin. After we have our sale, that's when we're launching the C3D DEX. So basically we'll be launching essentially on March 31st, because we're starting our sale on the 30th. It's a 12-hour sale, and so it'll go from essentially 3 a.m. my time to 3 p.m. In the afternoon, and then we'll have like a 2 to 3 hour clearinghouse period to make sure we get everyone's tokens and bids sorted up together and distributed, and then we will launch the platform. We will launch CD3D DEX.
Okay, at risk of giving up one of my favorite strategies for staking rewards, I'll say this. Lovely people, the earlier you start staking, the better the rewards. If you're that first group that signs on, that commits that first day with your tokens, you're going to get the highest APY that day and for the next couple of days until everybody else starts to catch on and start staking. So
many tokens.
Oh my God. I mean, like, if you're like one of a handful of people that are staking on day one, that means you and that handful of people are splitting upwards of $20,000 worth of CD3D for that day. So I encourage you, at risk of my own beautiful staking reward strategy, I encourage you to stake lots and stake quickly. Stake early. The early bird gets the CD3D.
That's right. Going hard and going early. Amen.
Going hot, going ready. Get some.
There you go. Yeah. So we'll be doing our job to get the word out about this sale. We need to move some tokens. We want to remind everyone of it's the cool feature of the batch auction. I mean, it's such a cool way to do it. Kind of letting the market set the price, but also it's a good way to try to set some limits on how you want to get your token out to the public. Because once we are able to do the token launchpad, we're going to have 3 types of sales. We'll have fixed swap, which is what everyone knows. You go to Pink Sale, you trade BNB for someone's token, and you get the token. And then we'll have participation, which is when you provide liquidity and get an LP token, and you exchange the LP token for the token you're trying to buy. And then you have, and in this case, it'd be like BNB. You take like a BNB or a BUSD CD3D LP token, and then you use that to buy the token that's on sale. And then also the batch auction, which I just think is just such a cool, superior sale style. A set period of time, people bid somewhat anonymously what they think the price of each token should be, and in the amount they want. And then after a set period of time, for a set amount of tokens, all the bids are arranged from highest bid to lowest bid until all tokens are sold. I think it's pretty damn cool. So we're gonna promote the batch auction again. 8 million tokens up for sale, and also there's another thing that it almost escapes me is that you will never get a chance to buy as many tokens as you will with this sale. Minimum buy of tokens we're going to allow is $10. The maximum is going to be 15,000 BUSD. So if you're bidding a minimum of 3 cents per token, that's 500,000 tokens. We will never let you get that many tokens ever again because the protocol doesn't allow it. If you buy tokens on the open market, we have an anti-whale mechanism that limits you to 150,000 tokens maximum. So we will not. So this is your one shot to get as many tokens almost as possible, up to 500,000 tokens if you put in a minimum bid. And let's be honest, you might not even get your bid filled. We're going to be promoting the hell out of this sucker. We're going to let people know. We're going to go back to some of our YouTube friends, remind them this is what's going down. We're have the bounty program, getting the word out. We're going to have some promoters behind the scenes. Oh, that reminds me, we're going to have a promoter promotion. Thanks for reminding myself. We're gonna have promoter promotions that we'll be launching as well for all this. So it's gonna be an event, a 12-hour event for you to get the most tokens possible. And once again, the 30% bonus if you buy 1,000 tokens or more, and an overall extra 10% added, so a 40% total bonus if all 8 million CD3D are sold. Come get this free money. Come get it.
You heard? I have another question.
Yeah, go for it.
It's about the CD3D decks. This is
Okay.
where I was going.
Sure.
Will there be minimum staking rewards on the CD3D decks? I mean, I know you've been awesome and generous with the CD3D. Will there be minimum staking rewards like on the Unifarm?
You mean like will there be required time period for locking it in? Is what you're saying? Is that what you're asking?
Actually, no, but I'll ask that now. After, so will there be like, okay, minimum staking rewards when you stake your tokens? You're going to, you know how Clever has a 10%, well, it was 10%, now it's 8% staking rewards when you lock them up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Well, right now I think we're gonna follow the model that we use that seemed to be pretty popular with Dodo. So you can kind of come and go as you please, but we'll figure out an appropriate amount that we want to kick off the staking with. And honestly, it might depend on how successful the batch auction sale is. So if we have like a lot of people, let's say we sell all 8 million. Then hell, we might just do like 1 million in staking over 30 days. Like, come get it, because we'll have that many people, that many tokens who want to get more tokens. We want to create that much more value, take that many more tokens off the street. And so we might. So it depends on how well the sale does. But it's going to be pretty big. We've been pretty generous in the past. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 a day, or whatever. So we're not going to slow down here. I mean, the great thing about it is that every 30 days. And I think we have another. Actually, it's not till the 6th, I think, or the 11th. We should every 30 days we have another 500,000. We have another 500,000 tokens that are releasing from the vault to play with in liquidity. So so we're gonna keep that sucker topped up. Trust me, we're gonna do as much as we can to keep it interesting. It might be every 30 days we restart the staking pool. It might be, we do longer ones. We might play around with vaults. Once we on the other side of the sale, we're able to staff up. We might look into creating a vault feature where, yes, we have you lock it up and you can't withdraw it for 90 days or 180 days or whatever. But the rewards will be generous and this, that, and the other. So there's a lot of stuff that we can play with. But to start, ideally, we're just going to have a staking mechanism, kind of like we did with Dodo. You can kind of come and go as you please, but there will be like, I think, 1% exit fee. So you just want to leave it in there as long as possible. In addition to, of course, the 10% protocol fee. So just keep that in mind when you're staking. But we should still see some crazy APYs. I'm definitely thinking it might be over 100%. But if it's super popular and a lot of people flood into it, hell, it might just become like a CD, a certificate of deposit. I mean, if you have like 1,000 people who are staking all at once, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll have to reevaluate how much we're giving away to stake. Maybe we'll have to double or triple it up. I don't know. So it'll all kind of depend on how many people buy into the batch auction, how many of the tokens we end up selling, and and I won't say how generous we're feeling, but the mood of the market. The market need more staking. Does the market, need less staking? Are people looking to dump? Or people, it's a strategic calculation, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Is there a period of time where you have to have your tokens locked up for the farming? And
we haven't
CD3D farming, or will it be like with other tokens that are on the DEX?
Well, so that depends on who's providing liquidity. So initially it will be CD3D farming. I imagine we'll have farming for BUSD and BNB, but after that it'll depend on people who want to provide liquidity. If that's liquidity being provided with other tokens, then sure, or people want to actually come and set up farms of their own, then yeah, let's talk about it. Right now, initially, I mean, we've got so much going on between DraftStream and this. We're just going to keep it simple. The initial rollout most likely will just be exchange, liquidity, and farming, and that farming will definitely be CD3D related.
Okay. You have answered my questions.
Hey.
Thank you.
Where'd the music go? Hold on. Is that my cue that I need to get out of here? I hate how now. No, I hate how YouTube pause if you haven't done anything on their thing at after half an hour. What if you're busy? You have it playing in the background. Let it roll. Shoot. Anyways, just need to hear
that. YouTube, let it roll.
Yeah, let it roll. Let us live. Let us live. So yeah, wow. So did we satisfy your questions? I'm honored.
Yes, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was very excited to share this news with you guys. I mean, making moves. What I'm very excited about with this Unifarm thing is that it will give us added exposure for the sale and everything, and also for our products coming out for CD3D DEX. And now we're finally getting to the part we've all been hodling for, the utility part. Using CD3D on CD3D DEX, setting up the launch pad and you're launching a token and you use CD3D token, then you can get an added 15% bonus added to your sale. Using CD3D in participation sales, using CD3D, as the exchange token of choice for farming and stake. I mean, oh my goodness. Utility up the wazoo. And then, of course, DraftStream right around the corner. I actually got a Slack update while we've been recording that there's been a new update. So, yeah, in the spirit of that, I think I might need to shut it down.
I need to shut it down. Before you shut it down, how many tokens would you recommend? Because the game's coming. The Unifarm is starting. The DEX is starting. So how many tokens should we leave in our wallets for when the game goes live?
Oh man, you put me on the spot here. Well, here's the thing: if you're good at this game, I mean, you won't need too many tokens. You'll just keep winning. There are all these stories about the heyday of online poker of guys who there's famously this guy named Sean Deeb. He's a world-class professional poker player. He's won probably tens of millions of dollars in online and offline winnings, in live winnings, and the legend goes he put on $50 on the Poker Stars when he was 20 years old or something like that, a decade ago, and he never redeposited. It's well, shit. So you might have a couple instances of those, but in general, that's a good question. Honestly, I mean, a lot's going to depend on the success of this sale, because this sale, I mean, not just the sale, but also, how the price moves afterwards. Because we're going to be setting up. I mean, we have what 6 million. Well, actually, all right. So we're running a 500,000 token bounty. So 500,000 C3 tokens, our largest giveaway ever, I think. We're running a 500,000 token bounty campaign for this next week and some change to get the word out about the sale on C3D Dex's grand opening. So we will have about maybe 5.5 million tokens for the next year and a half before we get the remaining marketing tokens that are under lock and key until 2023. So, I mean, I'm looking to subsidize up to 2 or 3 million this first year in guaranteed prize pools. So what that means is that, depending on what the price is, like if I want to, let's say the token price after all is said and done is, let's say it's 10 cents, it's a nice round number, right? Let's say C3 is 10 cents in 2 or 3 weeks when we have our first live money games on DraftStream, right? Then, and let's say I want to have a $50,000 guaranteed main contest one weekend, right? So that'd be 500,000 tokens, right? Guaranteed. So meaning, if our minimum entry requirements are met, like let's say the minimum required entries are 100. So if we have at least 100 entries, and we charge, and so for that one, if it's 500,000 tokens and 500,000 token guarantee, I would say, and each token's worth 10 cents. Let's say it costs 100 CD3D to enter, right? So we would need 5,000 entries in order to max it out. So if we don't reach 5,000 entries, the difference between how many people who had entered and how many and what's left over is what we would pay. So let's say if we need 5,000 to make our to make our guarantee and only 3,000 show up, then we would pay the additional 2,000 entries worth, or I guess times 100, or 20,000. Is it 20,000 or 200,000 token difference? We would pay that. We would cover that. So we're looking to make big. So after a couple weeks to kind of get our feet under us and start getting awareness out, whatever, we're gonna start ramping up the guarantees. We're gonna start making it really attractive for people to spend their CD3D to win more CD3D. So I mean, I can't quite call it. It kind of depends on the token price, but if we're at like 5 or 10 cents, whatever, per token, I mean, I'm not sure exactly quite how big you're balling, although we know you are a big baller, Aisha.
I'm not big balling. I just have a lot of CD3D.
I'm keep maybe 10,000 CD3 or something. Just to see what's up. I mean, because if we're still in like the 3 or 5 cent range, in the first month or so, then I mean, it's gonna cost probably more, because I want to give real money guarantees that are worth something. Let's say like a typical one would be, let's say a $15,000 dollar CD in C3D. That'd be what? That's 500,000. Okay, never mind. So if we're at 3 cents, then 15,000 would be 500,000. Then if we're trying to charge essentially $5 or $10 worth of CD3, well then you do the math, and that's 10 divided by 0.03, then that's essentially 333 CD3D. And how many games you're going to play? How many games you're going to play over a month? How many, kind of work out the budget for yourself. But if you're good, then you're going to be winning some of that money back, So it'll be very interesting. I'll have strategy podcasts. I'll bring on some guests. We'll talk strat. We'll do reviews. We'll review certain people's call sheets. We'll do all that good stuff. It's going to be a great time. And to get an idea of what all that kind of looks like, definitely go ahead and check out our YouTube channel. I have it all laid out there for you, all these past videos. And I think it'd be under the playlist of, it'd be under, not CD3. Where's the other playlist? How many playlists do I have? Publicity. Oh, here we go. Single draft tutorials. A little bit outdated. I'll be doing a new set of tutorials once we have our site together. But it's in the Draft podcast. There it is. We have 178 videos. There's a strategy session in damn near every one of them, so you can find the timestamp, go to it, and kind of get an idea of some of the strategies involved and everything. I think with DraftStream, which is when we were doing our DraftStream alpha testing about a year and some change ago, this actually might be more apropos to the strategies you'll need to use, what to look for, stuff like that. But I mean, it's going to get cut through real quick. You have some real serious players. People take it seriously. People will be running Excel spreadsheets and solvers and all sort of stuff. But it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to discover a lot of new tiles and stuff like that. And honestly, just from doing these test talent pools, only 10 titles. We're going to have four to five times as many titles every week. Every week. I mean, I discovered Master, which was great for me this past week. I'm very interested in Regina Hallway. Minx. I barely had heard of Minx, but Minx is outstanding. You find out so much stuff that you want, and we're working on a feature called the Watch List, where if you see something in the talent pool that kind of sparks your eye and you think you might want to watch it later, add to your watch list. Check it out from your watch list. So looking forward to that. That's going to be a pretty cool feature right there, too.
I like that. Sounds like you're creating. It's like you all have created an entire environment.
We're just getting started, girl. I mean, if you saw my, I guess my virtual whiteboard or more like my spreadsheet of I call it the ideas and the IFD, ideas and future development spreadsheet. Yeah, it's extensive, and half the ideas aren't even on there. They're in my head, so I'm very excited about that. I'm very, very excited about the future of all this and playing the game with you guys. But yeah, if I was a baller like you and I had, I don't know, 10, 20,000 CD3D, I'd probably set those aside because we might be running anywhere from, I don't know, from like the bigger contests. We might run, I mean, depending on the token price, of course, we might run anywhere from 50 to 500 for the entry fees, something like that. So, just keep them handy. We know you got it. We know you got it like that.
Well, I'm still going for that million.
Hey, I mean, shoot, you play your cards right. I mean, you're good at that. You're good at a draft stream. Might be there quicker than you think. Or just even providing liquidity or farming. I mean, unifarming. I mean, man. I mean, there's so many ways you're gonna be able to just keep stacking while we keep creating value and pushing the price of this sucker up. It's gonna be awesome.
So I know you haven't, there's a lot more information that is out there about Unifarm, but just off the top of your head, do you know if Unifarm does farming as well?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, it is inherent in the name. I think you can go in and, you can just go in and stake. Yeah. Farming. All farms. Yeah, you can just go here and just, stake your stuff. I mean, as far as like LP providing and stuff like that, I'm not sure. What's this? That's Launchpad, Earn. I think they just do pretty much like staking or what they call farming. So they don't do like LP farming, but they do like just staking farming. So you just kind of go there, even if you're not like down with all the cohorts or whatever, you can just kind of go stake individually. It looks like, let me see, stake that, enter the amount. A Unifarm. Oh no! And it even tells you expected rewards. Okay, so if you stake in any one of these type of tokens, it's tied to a cohort. So whether you want it or not, you're getting those extra tokens.
Okay. So
it says right here, expected reward. So like I'm trying to stake in this. It's telling me if you stake in here and you lock it for the 180 days, whatever, or the 167 days that are left, you don't get your Unifarm, but you're also going to get your BBC, your milk, and your foreplay. Whatever those guys are.
This whole staking cohort thing, it reminds me, the whole staking cohort thing, it reminds me of the strategy that lottery winners, I've heard of some lottery winners doing, or what you should do if you won like the lottery or the lotto, the one of those big pots. They tell you, don't do anything for a year. Figure out what you're going to do. Don't do it. So that's, to keep you from going broke, right? And don't give all your money to your friends and your family. And,
okay.
Sure. Whatever. So with this, having staked your CD3D for 180 days, well, we already know in those 180 days, us diamond.
I mean, it's not bananas because
CD3D is going to be crazy at the end of those 180 days. We'll have plenty of time to think about all the wonderful.
Well, and not only that, I mean, look, the value we would create. I mean, in 6 months, I mean, I probably had us pegged at somewhere between $5 and $10. But I mean, shoot, with this, I mean, with the power of Unifarm behind us as well. I mean, just what they're able to do with those other tokens. I mean, if we just keep doing our thing, creating value. I mean, in 6 months, we'll also have the celebrity NFTs out. We'll have the Cinema Draft game, the Cinema Draft proper game, like the box office game out as well. I mean, we'll have the decks out and running, humming, adding features to that. I mean, it's gonna be a monster. It's going to be a monster. So, I mean, we could create, I mean, the value we'll create anyways, we'll go probably from 3 cents to $8 to $10 on our own. But adding with the Unifarm stuff, I mean, that could put us over our $15 goal, half a year early. I mean, it's, can you imagine?
It's too exciting. I can't. It's just too exciting.
All these damn tokens. I mean, shoot, our little treasury is about 55,000 tokens right now. I mean, I don't know what we spend. We probably didn't spend more than $2-3 grand on it. I mean, at $15 each, my lord.
My God. Staking rewards. When you said with the power of Unifarm behind us, the first thing that popped in my head, I just heard that song. Remember that group Snap? From the 90s that made that song.
Oh yeah, I got the power. Yeah.
That song just totally just like blasted in my mind. And I was just like, oh my God, rays of sunshine. Or C3D bling or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna get real really quick. And it all starts with our sale on Wednesday.
I'm just going to say this right now. Lovely people. I appreciate you all trusting me to ethically and safely buy your tokens. I'm going to officially hold off on buying peer-to-peer transactions because I'm going to participate in the Dutch sale. The Dutch auction.
Yeah, the batch auction sale. Yeah, absolutely.
The batch auction sale. So I'm going to have to save my BTC and other bits and things.
Oh my, that's serious. If she's not scalping them off you guys, this is serious.
Scalping. Look, they're getting to shame on you.
No. Actually, that's charging more. You're fleecing them. You're fleecing them.
I'm not fleecing anybody. Let me tell you, they're avoiding slippage as well as I'm like carrying all the fees. I'm the one who's giving up the 10% for the contract. I'm the one who's giving up the money for the exchange. And then, also, I'm not a horn tutor or anything like that. But then, I also provide a little aid and assistance if people need it. So I'm an angel, actually. Don't you see my halo? You didn't see it last time.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, yes. Well, that's a good strategy. Everyone start saving your pennies. Get your pennies and nickels together because it's going down literally a week from now. A week from now. So a full, 167 hours, 168 hours from now, it's going down.
You said $10 minimum. That means that's less than 2 Starbucks. Not that I'm hating on Starbucks or anything or telling people to avoid it, but like people didn't participate, or at least, people didn't sign up or participate for the give up something. Well, this is your opportunity to go ahead, and you don't have to say it, tell it or whatever. Just, go ahead, get in while you can, because otherwise you're going to regret it. That $10 you spend now could be like $100 or $1,000 before the end of the year in return, in rewards and, and profit based on the amazing things the CD3D is doing and participating in and the support that it's garnering. So
it's going to be so nuts.
Y'all.
It's going to be so nuts. And even those of you who aren't into the whole staking or whatever, I mean, just the transactional activity we're going to have once we have CD3D decks up and running, once we have DraftStream up and running, now all coming to fruition as we planned. And as that price goes up, if you're making, if you're used to if you're used to getting 3 or 4 CD3D a day in reflection or whatever, then once we see all this activity rise up, my God, that goes from 3 to 30, maybe even 300 CD3D a day at $1, $2, $3, $5, $10, $15 each. Now you got, I mean, all that passive income people talk about. Oh, yeah. And now we also have liquidity. We'll have more liquidity in the market. So that means, yes, we sell the sucker out. We'll finally take care of those long suffering, long whining airdroppers who are just going to go out and promptly dump it. But guess what? This time when you dump it, you'll be dumping it into strength. You'll be dumping it into people who are willing to buy it, into people who will be staking it, into people who will be willing to trade it. And we'll pretty much have like the most liquidity of any exchange on CD3D DEX. So come here. Check us out.
Lovely people, lovely airdroppers. Please think about what you're giving up. Like, I encourage you to hang on to your tokens because it's going to be worth way more than you can sell it for.
No. Let them dump it. Let them dump it. Let them dump it at. Let's say the average price is like 3.5 or 4 cents at the end of the sale. Let's say we sell them all out, whatever. We send the airdroppers their tokens, and they promptly go and sell it for 4 cents or 5 cents or whatever. I want them to be kicking their own tails 6 months from now when the Unifarm thing ends. And everyone's out here, and our stuff's at like $4 or $5 each. I want them to feel that pain. That pain.
Well, we already have the hashtag ready. Remember? Hashtag
No.
I told you so.
That's your hashtag. But yes, feel free to fly in their face. Scrooge McDuck GIF in their face.
I will be using it as needed. But as you know, I am into the rehabilitation of weakened paper hands.
Yes. But you're putting it on pause for a week because it's time to go get some discount CD3D.
That's right. I'm putting it on pause. Well, I mean, I'll continue to try to rehabilitate. I just can't take them off your hands because I am supporting the Dutch auction.
There you go.
So if you can hold them, a little while longer, and then a little while longer, and just watch the token price go up, whether you can stake them or not. Just watch the token price go up. And then, it'll be worth it. And maybe you'll decide to keep them a little longer. That's my rehabilitation spiel for the moment.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Well, that's a full hour. We got to bounce. Got a lot of things to do and prepare. Thanks, everybody, for listening and watching. If you watch this later, appreciate your interest and support. The word's out. Welcome our new Unifarm fam. Welcome the premier CD3D DEX debut sale event happening in just under 168 hours from now. More to come. Stay tuned. Yes.
If no one has told you this in a while, thank you for everything you're doing. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being one of our loyal supporters. I appreciate it. Well, this is going to be fun. This is going to be, we are, as I like to say about cryptocurrency in general, we have a once-in-a-generation chance to create generational wealth. And I don't know, man, this feels like the first steps to create some generational wealth for everybody involved now. I mean, for real. So, very excited. We've all worked hard for this. We've all worked hard on our emotions, hodling this long for this, but now it's the start of reaping season. Was it sow what you reap or reap what you sow? Yeah, it's reaping season. It's harvest season, damn it. So thank you all for sticking with us, or if you newly discovered us for learning more. But yes, it was going down a week from now, 10 a.m. UTC, March 30th. 2022, the premier CD3D DEX debut sale event. We're very much looking forward to it. Look for the Medium, look for the newsletter, look for the other announcements. It's going down, damn it. Bounty campaigns, videos, TikTok. Let's go. Holla at your boy.